So long time no talk. Today is July 5th and I just left work. I'm on my way to San Diego to meet with our male infertility specialist to go over some more results that we had testing for since our last appointment. So if you've subscribed to us, then you know for a while now that on May 31st, which is our wedding anniversary, that's the only reason I remember, that we had our first appointment at our male infertility clinic. We had our appointment on May 31st. And after that appointment, they wanted us to get some more tests run because some stuff wasn't, they wanted to just be sure of some other stuff. So some of that testing that they wanted to get done was Justin needed some blood work done, just to check like his hormone levels and then like a few other things. I have it right here. I don't remember exactly what it was. I know a thing was like the luteinizing hormone and then some testosterone test to see if his testosterone is normal, which actually it came out normal, which surprised me. But anyways, he had so he had that blood work done, he had another semen analysis done, and he had an ultrasound to see if that cyst was benign or whatever it was. So I'm on my way there right now to kind of go over everything they found. So we'll go over like the blood work, which I have with me. We'll go over what they found on that ultrasound for him, which hopefully that's not a big deal. And then the results of his semen analysis test. Apparently they found that in his deposit that he gave, there was a huge amount of, not huge, but they said a large amount of white blood cells, which was just kind of strange. And then it was another $100 to run that test. So he literally did this 2 times, and then the second time, which he did it this morning actually, they ran that another test as well. That was $100 to test like what the white blood cells were about, because they said it's a sign of infection. And so I did some research and I found that with a high amount of blood cells and an infection, there's a huge chance that an infection could lower his sperm count and motility. So that would make a lot of sense. And I also read that there's like antibiotics that they can prescribe for that. So we don't really know exactly what we're going to be getting out of this appointment. I mean, we're hoping his numbers went up for one thing because he's been taking vitamins. And maybe we could do an IUI. Like, we don't really know exactly what we're finding out at this appointment. I think that either he'll say, hey, yeah, you can do IUI, or hey, you can only do IVF. He might say, hey, let's try antibiotics and try this test again in 3 months, which would really suck. But I really have no idea right now. So it's 2 o'clock. Our appointment is at 3:30, and I'm going there now, but it's in San Diego, so it's a little bit of a drive. I feel like every doctor's appointment we've had is just, okay, now go see this doctor. Okay, come back in a month and we'll go over the next results. And it's just results, test. And this test alone, this last 3 tests that he's taken have cost us over $400 basically. So it's kind of like, I don't want to do any more tests. Like, just tell us what's going on. And I'm trying to have a positive attitude about it, but as you know, sometimes that's just hard. Here's to crossing our fingers and hoping that something good happens from this. So I'll let you guys know soon. I'll try and vlog a little bit, but I'll talk to you guys. Bye. So we just left our appointment and I'm just feeling very frustrated. So Justin had 2 of the more analyses done. And I guess in these ones, it showed basically the same results I did as the second test did. So like the first test we got done was basically like completely wrong. I think that they either left it on the shelf too long or they ran it wrong. I don't know, the doctor thinks so too, because it's just completely opposite of the other 3 tests that he's done. So disregarding that one, he had 2 more done this week. He had 1 done today and 1 done last Wednesday. And they said that these ones are like pretty much the same, both ones, and they match up with the second one, except for the last one he had like 6 million motile sperm, and this one they showed like 2 million motile sperm total, and the forward progression is still just not very good. And like it sounds like it went down even more, which he says like it's not that big of a difference from 6 to 2, but it just feels like a bigger difference. And so his testosterone and hormone levels are totally normal, and he doesn't have any varicoceles. He had his cyst was benign, and he thinks it's not making a difference at all. It's like a spermicide or something like that, but he says that it's better if left alone, like it's not really treatable, that's not gonna make a difference really. So everything is normal except for just his, doesn't have a lot, and the ones that he does have aren't good, and their morphology isn't that great either. Just like everything's like not good, and then his count is like terrible. So just like sucks, because the guy kept on telling us, our doctor, who's really nice, they really like him, and I'm not mad at him obviously, but I'm just bummed because he told us, like, he's like, I can't fix normal, like everything is normal for you guys, and this sucks, because if it was like hormones or like a varicocele, I could like help fix it. And then with the white blood cells, I don't know if I mentioned, like he said that came back totally normal. They're not like bad at all, and he doesn't have an infection. So there's nothing to fix. There's nothing he can really do to fix anything. And with this, he said really our only option is IVF, which we can't afford. And so what he's gonna do, our only other real option right now, is they're doing like a test of his sperm release. So what they're gonna do is this Friday he's gonna go in and do another semen like deposit, and then again in 3 weeks, only 3 weeks because he's in school for 3 weeks and he can't get out of that, I guess. But this Friday he'll go do one, and then in 3 weeks he'll do another one. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna freeze it, and they're gonna see how well it thaws. Because for an IUI, we need at least 5 to 10 million motile sperm. And he doesn't have that. So what they want to do is it's called pooling his sperm. So they're going to put together a bunch to make it get to that number, I guess. And so the way that they're going to test to see if that would work for us is they're going to do practice freezing. So they're going to freeze his sperm in these 2 deposits and see how well they thaw. And if they thaw well, then that'll be good, and we can start doing that because it's a lot cheaper. And then IVF obviously. So they'll pool it together, and if it works well, they'd pool it together and then inject it like an IUI because it would equal that number. But we just have to test it out first. So he's gonna do these 2 things and then see how well they do. And then if they do well, we could try that, and there's no guarantee. And if they don't do well, then we're kind of either doing IVF or using a donor or adoption only. It's like IVF would be such a great option for us. It's just, it's so expensive, just to say number one. God, we don't have that much money. I wish we did. And 2, there's so many hormones you have to put in your body. I'm already a wreck. Like, so many shots you have to give yourself, and it's just such a long process that I don't feel prepared to go through yet. And so we don't know if that's something we can even do. And so that's like our only option right now. And there's like grants and stuff you can apply for, I guess, but it just seems like so much work, and it just doesn't seem fair. I know it's a stupid, childish thing to say. I just wish we could at least try IVF for free and see if it would work before wasting all of our money. I'm so afraid of throwing like $20,000 down on a chance that it could work. That's all that we do. So now we just wait again. We're back at the waiting game again. Where he has to do the 2 more deposits, and then we have an appointment with him in the beginning of August to go over his 2 thawing results and see how well they thawed and see if that could work for us. If they work well, we could do IUI, hopefully, maybe. I didn't even ask about any of their options because I was just kind of shocked that his results were worse. After taking all these supplements that he's been taking that I feel like have just done nothing apparently. If anything, they've made it worse. I don't know if he should keep doing them or stop. There's so many things going on in my head right now. So I'm sorry guys. I'm sorry that this is so depressing, and it just feels like it's appointment after appointment, and it feels like there's no silver lining. But I just hope someday I will look back on these videos while I'm holding my daughter or my son, whether that's through adoption or a miracle or surgery, that we made it, that we have a daughter or a son, and that everything's okay. And I hope that they watch this video and know how much and how hard we fought to have them, and that we already love them so much, and we can't wait to meet them. Okay, bye.